Hi, this is Rachel Israel with STEM News and Global World Report. We have breaking news that will have a huge impact on the global scene in the very near future. Let's take a look at what's going on around the world.
If this guy does end up winning again, all of the people who voted for him will be like happy and they'll just be celebrating. And everyone else, everyone who feels threatened by him is fucking scared. Like we're scared for our lives, we're scared for our friends. Like you have pro-life women dying because their doctors are scared to treat them because of the repercussions of his last presidency. How did we get here? How did we get here?
Knowing that I was born with more rights than I have now is a pretty crazy feeling. Knowing that what we're about to go through means the possibility of me losing more of my rights and that being a real threat is insane. If you weren't scared this election, you have so much privilege.
Did anyone else wake up today and delete their dating apps? Like, I'm not just talking like just removing the app. Like, I full on removed myself from Hinge, Bumble. Like, I didn't even think twice about it. There's no way I am letting any man near me for the next few years. I've been happily single for the past 4 years. I can wait another 4 years. I am so happy for women who have loving, supportive, safe men in their life right now, but it is way too scary to try and trust anyone right now because anything can happen. And if you know me, you know one of my biggest fears is being pregnant. God forbid that ever happens over the next few years.
Donald Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years in protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency healthcare, and you're gonna die. I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree? This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the handmaid's tale, then us women need to protest because this is so buttery.
Yo, my sister came in here this morning and seemed kind of hesitant, but told me that her and my other sister voted for Trump. Naturally, I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Because obviously, I'm a member of the LGBTQ plus family and Latina and a woman. So it's like, yeah, you're a cisgendered woman who's married, and these things might not affect you, but what about me?
I'm not joking when I say I mean this in the most disrespectful, mean way I can even say it. But if you voted for Donald Trump, then you don't deserve any part of my life. You don't deserve to be part of my children's life, my husband's life, my extended family's life. None of it. You don't get any of it. You have directly infringed upon the rights of people that I love, people that I care about. You have infringed upon the rights of people that I don't even know. And this election has really shown that American values do not align with my values as a person, as a human, as a social worker, as, someone who actually cares about other people.
Welcome to our channel. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Most of all, enjoy the show. So a lot of views here, a bit myopic, a bit dramatic. We're going to be all right, though. So I wouldn't panic just because one man got elected. And so we'll show the other side a little bit. It's not
I
as
know
bad
many
as
women
you
are
think.
upset right now that Kamala Harris lost the presidential election, but I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Birth control is an option. Closing your legs is an option. Okay? Closing your legs, birth control, if you don't want kids. If you're married and you don't want kids, birth control. If you want the right to control your body, control your body, sis. We have control. And again, let me make this clear before anybody twists my words. I am not referring to the percentage of women out here who don't have control over what happens to their bodies in those situations. But a lot of us who run down to those clinics make those choices off of doing irresponsible things.
I think it's so ironic how liberal women and women who voted for Kamala are saying that for the next 4 years they're not going to sleep with another man. I find it so ironic because at least then you won't need an abortion. It took you Donald Trump to get in office for you to stop being a whore. See, things are already starting to change for the better.
Men who can divorce their husbands, I'm gonna need you to do it today. And who can't divorce their husband, look up Aqua Tofana. I didn't say to do anything with it.
Being a black man in America, bro, one thing I realized is we're hated more by our own women than any other person on this planet. This woman is telling women to either divorce their husbands or poison their husband. Aqua Tofana is a poison that you can put in food and drinks to people. She's telling women to exterminate their husband because they voted for Trump. What the
I like how women are now on the 4B movement because Donald Trump won, as if that's like a diss. First off, a lot of y'all women probably already posted your half-naked body online in bikinis or whatnot, so people already seen it, so no mystery there. Second, you probably already been ran through more times than a choo-choo train, so the body that you're withholding, men are already smashed. You're not really hurting anybody with this. Actually, you're probably helping yourself a lot because, you know, you can just stop your body count right where it is. You can never make it go lower, but at least you can quit it. You know, you can stop, halt, pause. You can't get, you know, don't let it get worse. At least there's that. And I'm honestly glad that Donald Trump won because a lot of you fatherless women got the message, you know, somehow at least. You didn't really get there the way it should have, but it got there.
I'm going to just call it exactly what it is. Kamala Harris has been running a whole campaign. Now, let me put my disclaimer out there. This is intended for entertainment purposes only. These are my own thoughts and my own opinions. Since Kamala Harris stepped foot in this race, the only thing that she has been promoting to young women is hoe activities. From the performances of Meg Thee Stallion to the speeches of Cardi B, as if we don't know how all of these women have been operating in the industry, tells you one thing. This is not about no reproductive rights. This is about whole activity rights. Y'all can be mad with me if you want to, but it's the truth. For the old women that have had that type of lifestyle already, I'm not talking to y'all. These are also the same women that get on the internet and be crying about how when they 60 years old pushing how they need a man and how they want a man. Vivica Fox.
I don't even think you fucking assholes realize what you did. Now because you elected Trump in office, I gotta go and spend fucking less for gas, less at groceries, have a savings account that my kids can actually be proud of. We could actually do something with it. I don't know, maybe like a vacation to Florida or something. Who knows? Now I gotta get used to a strong economy, secure borders, no new wars. What kind of shit is that? Make America great again.
That is hilarious. But hey, the times they are changing. So let's see if something good comes out of this. You know, we can we can look at it like you know, this is taking away rights from people, and I get confused by that, but because what rights are they talking about? when they talk about Roe versus Wade, that's actually not a constitutional right. That was a judiciary decision. It's not in the Constitution. You follow? So it set a precedence, but precedences can be undone. So it's actually not a right. Now, as the young lady said earlier in the video, if you do have bodily autonomy, and your bodily autonomy starts at the moment you're in that room alone with the other party. You literally can say no. And for some reason, again, I say the word myopia is because, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, you got pilot fixation. That's a term they used in the air industry. Pilots would sometimes lock in on a mountain, they're flying along, but they would get pilot fixation. They would get mesmerized by this object directly in front of them, and it's a real thing. And they'd focus on it and fly straight into the mountain. And it's a real subconscious psychological thing. So myopia, pilot fixation, whatever you want to call it, people keep talking about they have my right, my body, my right. Yeah, but nobody's looking at the elephant in the room. You had a right to say no. That's your bodily autonomy, not. I mean, and the thing is, nowhere in any of these rants is that thing, except for that young lady. She mentioned it, and it had to come from a young lady. She seems to have her act together. She said the obvious. You do have control over your body. You've never lost that. The problem is the control of your body is in the beginning. You could have just not done the act. And I get it. The reality is it's a hard thing, at the moment to do. But the truth is, it is still in your hands to say no. I'm not going to do that. And that's true bodily autonomy. You have it within your hands to say no. So you're really not losing anything. What you are doing, and with the older lady towards the end, she said Kamala Harris ran a 304 campaign, which is basically, do what feels good, right? Yeah. Forget about the consequences of your actions. Just do it, right? So the consequence is, at least in the black community, I can speak to that. I don't know all the full numbers, but I know since Roe versus Wade, over 29 million babies have been aborted by black women. The highest percentage per capita, right? So I asked someone, who is the biggest unalivers of black people, specifically black males? And the person kind of chuckled and said, oh, it's other black males. And I said, no, it's black women. So all across the globe, specifically in the West, most unalivings occur of black people occur in the abortion clinics at the hands of black women. And that's a real thing. That's not me being misogynistic or no, that's statistical, right? So why would any enemy have to come against you when they could get you to do yourself in, whether it's, gang banging or in the abortion clinic? And it's amazing that people are not taking accountability. I mean, I believe in the 1800s, about 1 out of every 5 Americans, although slaves were not considered Americans, they were 3/5 of a man, but population-wise, the slaves made up 1/5 of the population of the entire country. Well, the descendants of those people only make up what, 1/30 now, or something like that. So Margaret Sanger brought this abortion thing. What does she call it? That escapes. You know what I'm talking about. Where she said, "Hey, we got to get rid of certain groups of people because they're a burden on society." And then, when they realized it was, even the American people realized, "Hey, this is genocide, man. We don't like that." And we may not like this group of people, but hey, it's not that bad, right? And so the word spread, and she had to kind of, I'm not going to say she went underground, but they changed the name, and they called it Planned something or other. I won't say it because I don't know if I'm going to get a strike for saying it, but they changed the name. But it was, it's the same people were running it. And if the initial goal was to remove a certain group of people from the planet, hey, what are you doing? You're falling into the trap. They just repackaged it and are doing the very thing. So you need to rethink this. You need to rethink this. You're your own worst enemy at a point. So, okay.
Well, that's the news for tonight. Thank you so much for continually supporting our content. If you did enjoy this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and share this with your friends and family. I'm sure they would find it interesting as well. We're very excited to continue this journey with you. We thank you all for bringing certain stories to our attention, and for continually keeping us updated with certain events around the world.